Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another hard-hitting episode of the Callous Mind Talking Head Sportscast. This week we're making our Week 10 picks. We're reviewing our Week 9 pick results. We're talking stuff about the college football season. And I got to kick off the show by hoisting the colors. Raider Nation, the Raiders win. The Raiders win. Hoist the colors. The Raiders win. I don't know if my complaints from last week were heard or what, but with Josh McDaniel getting fired and inserting a new coach, the Raiders score the most points they've scored all season long. So, man, I am just super happy and grateful to be able to say that the Raiders win again. This video is brought to you by Spartan Coins, where you can currently save $40 when you purchase 100 pieces. Use promo code GRATEFUL. I'd like to thank Spartan Coins for sponsoring today's video. My 2023 Week 9 pick results were 9 wins, 5 losses. Immediately on Thursday night, the Steelers won. The Browns win against the lowly Cardinals, not just win, but shut them out. The Raiders get that big win against the Giants. The Dolphins lose to another strong team in the AFC. The Vikings and Falcons play a thriller. And how about Joshua Dobbs being traded to the Vikings and then immediately getting a win for that team? So good for that young man and good for the Vikings. The Rams, I would not have picked them last week if I had known that they were starting somebody other than Matthew Stafford. So the Packers get the win there. The Commanders win a thriller against the Patriots. Mac Jones continues to have bad lucks with receivers tipping balls right into opponents' arms. The Saints win at the Bears. The Ravens demolish the Seahawks. And how about that? The Texans beat the Buccaneers in another thriller. I mean, there were some really good games on Sunday. The Colts beat the Panthers. The Eagles beat the Cowboys, but the Cowboys were driving. They just couldn't cap it off. The Bengals win. And finally, on Monday Night Football, the Chargers won 27-6. I must review the college football scoreboard from last week as well. This season now for the Sooners has gone from Boomer Sooner to a Bummer Sooner because they have now lost 2 weeks in a row. They lost Bedlam and probably lost their chance to play in the Big 12 championship game with that loss to Oklahoma State. Ohio State rolls. Georgia wins and beats Mizzou. Michigan wins, Florida State wins. How about Washington putting a whooping on the USC Trojans? You know I love to see that. Apparently Caleb Williams got caught on camera crying after the game. But I love to see USC lose since they poached Lincoln Riley from the Oklahoma Sooners. I hope they lose every game they ever play. So I am rejoicing that they have now lost their third game of this college football season. Texas wins a thriller in overtime against Kansas State. Alabama defeats LSU. Ole Miss sneaks by Texas A&M. Penn State destroys Maryland. Louisville gets a win against Va Tech. Clemson beating a ranked Notre Dame team. There you go, Clemson. Oregon State beats Colorado. Tennessee crushes UConn, and look at that, boy. Arizona State scored a paltry 3 points against Utah. And how about those University of Arizona Wildcats upending the UCLA Bruins and moving to 6-3? So, man, I tell you, that near win against SC really looms large for the Arizona Wildcats right now. But they are a team to be reckoned with. They seem to be, because they play people tough, and it's a good win for them. So I'm happy to see that. And then unfortunately Air Force lost against Army. They couldn't keep their undefeated season going. My 2023 NFL Week 10 picks are as follows. I'm taking the Carolina Panthers on Thursday Night Football against the Chicago Bears. Sunday, November 12th, begins with Indianapolis facing the New England Patriots, and I will take the Indianapolis Colts to get the win in that game against the Pats. Next game, Houston at the Cincinnati Bengals, and I will take the Cincinnati Bengals at home to get the win against the Houston Texans. Next game, New Orleans Saints at the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to take the Saints on the road to get the win in Minnesota. Before I continue, I'd like to wish all the veterans out there a very happy Veterans Day. So happy Veterans Day to all active service members and veterans. Next game, Green Bay visits the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers at home to get the win against the Green Bay Packers. Next game, Tennessee Titans visit the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I will take ye Buccaneers to get the win here at home against the visiting Titans. Next game, San Francisco visits Jacksonville, and this should probably be a pretty interesting game, but I'm going to go ahead and roll with the 49ers in this one. So I'll take San Francisco on the road at Jacksonville. Next game, the new Cleveland Browns face the old Cleveland Browns, aka the Baltimore Ravens, in this AFC North matchup. And I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens at home to get the win against the Cleveland Browns. Next game, the Atlanta Falcons, also known as the Dirty Birds, visit the desert to play the Arizona Cardinals. And I'm kind of counting on Kyler Murray coming back for this game. This is one of the reasons that I'm making this pick. So I'm going to take the Arizona Cardinals at home to rise up against the Atlanta Falcons. Next game, Detroit Lions visit the Los Angeles Chargers, and I think this game could go either way, but I think that the Lions have already beaten Kansas City this year. They've already beaten the Raiders, so I don't see any reason why they can't beat the Los Angeles Chargers, so I'll take the visiting Lions on the road to get this win. Next game features an NFC East matchup. The New York They Might Be Football Giants visit the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys at home to get the win against their divisional opponent, Giants. Next game, Washington Commanders visit the Seattle Seahawks and the 12th man, and I will take the Seahawks at home to get the win against the visiting Commanders. Next game, New York Jets visit Las Vegas and the Raiders. And I will take the Raiders to get a second consecutive win here and defeat the visiting Jets. Monday Night Football features the Denver Broncos visiting the Buffalo Bills, and I will take the Buffalo Bills at home to get this win against the Denver Broncos. Teams with a bye this week are Kansas City, Los Angeles Rams, Miami Dolphins, and Philadelphia Eagles. Before I go, I want to touch on a bit of what might be breaking news. The Rams signing veteran quarterback Wentz. So that's interesting. I hope you all enjoyed this week's video. I certainly appreciate your viewership. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please, please, please be good to yourselves and each other, and I will talk to you all next week. God bless.